Welcome to the Hilarity Ensues podcast, hosted by Donna, the queen of quick wit, and Jeff, the dean of devious double entendres. Together, they're on a mission to find the funny in life using nothing but their critical thinking skills and sarcasm.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Hilarity Ensues. I am your host, Donna, and joining me today is my co-host,
Jeff.
Today, everyone, we are going to be talking about the subject that has been trending, it seems like for months. You can't escape it. Every time you turn around, there's something new. Yes, we're going to be talking about Diddy going to jail, baby oil, toys, and other prophecies that have been released over the years. So, Jeff, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, first of all, Diddy told us, I thought I told you that we won't stop. And yeah, he was right. It's a long time coming. I mean, excuse the pun. But yeah, Diddy, we've been knowing about this for years, decades and whatnot, and it's just a matter of just time. And yeah, this is crazy. I've been sending, all the Diddy stuff to people for a while, and they're just looking at me like, okay, whatever. And now it's like, international news. It's all over the place.
Yeah, everywhere you turn. And this has been going on since... It seems like yesterday, but it was back in November of 2023 was when Cassie Ventura filed her lawsuit against him. And it seemed that opened up the floodgate for everything else to unfold. Followed by January, Katt Williams, again, saying this was the year of reckoning. This is the year that, all secrets would come out. And boy, was Katt right about this?
Yeah, this is wild. This is wild. And people are already talking about him getting Epsteined.
Well, most recent news was that he is on suicide watch because they did not grant him bail. And I'm going to pause on this. His bail, his lawyers were putting in an offer for $50 million in bail. For $50 million in bail. And they were going to put up his passport, his mother's passport, all of his kids, their passport, and they denied him bail.
Wow.
What do you think on that? Do you think that was a right move on the courts to deny him bail?
Yeah, because he got that kind of disappear money. I mean, he's such a narcissist, he wound up trying to show out wherever he shows up in Java or somewhere. But yeah, he got the kind of money that can just get up and go away somewhere and disappear if he chose to. So yeah, I would say that's a good move by the court.
Yeah, I mean, he was close to, if not billionaire status, so $50 million, it's kind of like, to you and I, maybe 50,000, it's a drop in the bucket for him.
Right.
Yeah, but I think besides the fact that they have not released him from jail and he's being held, they have him on suicide watch. And I kind of take that as that suicide watch means that someone within the jail is watching you. Their eyes are on you. And I think that's another code for saying he can't be Epstein because we're supposed to have someone on guard watching him 24 hours.
I read it completely differently because I think they might have done that. I have to check my memory banks with Epstein. But my thing is when they say suicide watch, they're planning for the eventual guard fall asleep, camera broken, brand new guard, I don't know, blame it on somebody else. And then all of a sudden he's hung from a position he couldn't get into. Because there are a lot of big names on those tapes, on those VHSs.
Let me tell you, it's been so quiet in celebrity world over the last few months. Nobody is not saying a word. And slowly but surely, all these names are resurfacing of who was at the freak-off parties and, who was down with it. So,
some Twitters disappeared, or X's, I guess. I keep saying it by its dead name. But Usher and Pink allegedly just deleted everything just recently, earlier today.
Usher and Pink?
Usher and Pink. Now, Usher, we kind of know. We saw that, lots of videos of them. I don't know how Pink is involved, but she must have been a guest at one of those freak-offs or something.
Yeah.
Or help groom somebody.
And here's the thing. A lot of this, I'm going to say, probably started like back in the 90s. And this is before we had cell phone technology. So he had, word is that feds found camera equipment in his home. So these are probably VHS tapes,
Old school. Analog.
Way before cell phones. So the deal is, and here's what I don't understand. It's like, not that I'm advising anyone to commit acts of crime here, here. Well, why are people so stupid when it comes to committing crime? It's like, if you're going to hold on to all those things, why not upload it into a cloud and get some kind of, someone told me what it's called, where you upload it and it's a highly encrypted password that if you need to have to access that cloud. If he had it uploaded into a cloud, this wouldn't be a topic of conversation.
Well, here's the thing, because the Google or whoever is running the cloud are going to have access to that, and the government has access to them. So that's, you might as well be on yourself.
There's a lot of dark web cloud, and someone that's in that space explained it to me. Our listeners, if you're listening to this on YouTube, please enter into the comment, because I'm not a tech person, nor do I play one on TV. But he explained to me how he could have done it.
To the dark web. Okay, yeah. Somebody show us some back doors to the dark web on a burner email. Just kidding.
Yeah, you know, there are ways to kind of upload it to servers where, you know, it's called, I forgot, is it a dead man's switch or something like that? I don't remember. But there's a way to upload things. This kind of speaks to narcissistic behavior where you feel you're untouchable. So you can do what you want to do because no one's going to tell you nothing. And that's where he went wrong in this.
Mm-hmm.
His ego is going to be his downfall in this.
Yeah, you know, he had to keep watching those tapes over and over again to relive it. And I talked to my quote-unquote twin. He brought up Dead Switch earlier today. That was funny that you said that.
Yeah, but here's what got the people's talking now after he went to jail. It's the 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube that they found in the house. Okay, let me tell you something.
Gotta be moisturized.
I don't know about you. I've had 3 kids, and I've had baby oil in my house. And not for those purposes, just for keeping the skin nice and smooth.
Right.
A bottle of baby oil can last you for years. I'm talking a 20-ounce bottle can last you for years. There have been bottles of baby oil that I've thrown in the garbage. You know why? Because no matter how hard you try, that oil is going to leak down to the side of the bottle.
Yep, still greasy.
It's going to get gummy, and it's going to attract lint, and it's going to look disgusting to the point where you just throw it away. How? What? Who? What? Where? When? Why? 1,000 bottles of baby oil? It's like, what kind? Well, I know what kind, but it's like...
Yeah, they were getting they freak on for real. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of grease.
So here it is, 1,000 bottles of baby oil, Jay. Over 700 phallic sex toys. I'm trying to keep this family friendly here. Phallic sex toys. But Jay, what did they not find in this raid? They found alcohol, they found baby oil, they found lube, they found bondage equipment, sex toys. What did they not find?
Condoms.
There we go. It's like none of that, no prep, medication or anything like that. It's like, talk about being irresponsible.
Yeah, it was an honor system. I don't know. That's just wild. Too many people involved. There's a lot too many factors. I'd be like, yo, where the condoms at?
It's like STD roulette. It's like, why would you want to play like that?
Yeah, we know about Usher.
Yeah.
That was recent, but that could have been a long time ago. They're just now talking about it.
Yeah.
That's gross.
I don't understand it. Here's what's comedic for me. When this news broke on Friday, I checked the markets to see what Johnson & Johnson were trading at. They're trading on a flat.
Wow.
Wow, they might suffer some now that,
Being associated with Diddy?
Well, Diddy's not buying out their supply.
That is a lot of baby oil. That is, I don't know. I just never thought I always thought Vaseline for that type of activity, but what do I know?
Obviously, you have not been to one of the freak-offs. So.
No, I have not. Thankfully, I never got an invite.
For those who did not get an invite, consider yourself very, very lucky.
Yes. There's a lot of, we touched on a little bit, just unearthed videos and whatnot, but there was an MTV, like raps or something video, not a video, but an interview, and Dr. Dre was on there with Snoop, and Dre was upset about a personal video being stolen. This is way, way back in the day. And he seemed very shook about it. And they're like, what's on the video? He goes, it's a bunch of stuff that it's wild. And then they were talking about like Tommy and Pam Wild. And he goes, no, it's wilder than that. And he didn't go into, who, what, where, when, and why, but people are starting to suspect that it might have been one of them Diddy, type situations. He might have been involved in one of those parties. I don't know. He was shook.
I
I don't think they ever found it either. But the feds might have it.
Yeah, the feds might have it. The feds might be looking at it right now.
Imagine your job as a Fed reviewing the tape to tally up all the crimes, watching all this stuff, going through all kinds of ridiculous. There's a lot of underage stuff in there too. It's pretty gross.
Yes, there's children involved in it. I'm going to pause right here and also insert. Now, I was going to talk about some idiot that made a comment video as what was wrong with Puffy having all those things, but I'm not going to give his videos any traction. I'm going to move on.
Okay.
But it leads me to wonder, what else do you think they have found in there that has not been released? Because I kind of get the feeling they're dripping this to us. They're not hitting us with it all at once. It's like, let's release some pictures of his bathroom with all the baby oil. Let's release some pictures of all the cabinets full of alcohol. We're going to drip this out. What else do you think they're going to release out eventually?
Oh, man. They're going to eventually leak out some of the big stars, like Bieber is one of the big ones that looks pretty obvious he did something with him. And, of course, Usher and, the Cassie stuff, they are, showed that was super crystal clear. That was like, 8 years ago? Mm-hmm. Somebody kept that. So they probably got some more videos with just him and her, and maybe some of the plans possibly to eliminate people that were making tell-all books and, videos or whatever they were making, like his ex, Kim Porter, Biggie, Tupac, Heavy D, just to name a few.
Just to name a few. R.I.P. Heavy D.
Yeah.
Kim Porter's book, speaking of tell-alls, they've started releasing that. That's being sold from what I understand.
Oh, word. Okay, I need to see that.
Yeah, so I think I was listening to another YouTuber, I can't remember who it was, but they said her book is being released in hardcover form. It's not in ebook. They haven't released it in ebook. And she was like, why don't they make it available in ebook? She thought it would do better that way. And speaking as someone that's read a lot of books, I understand the power of literature, and it's very easy to ban books, as we're experiencing now. You're in the state of Florida and they're pulling books off the shelf.
Yes.
Back in the Industrial Revolution, a lot of the books that were on the shelves as far as how to accumulate and how to build wealth, they removed those off the shelves because they wanted to create factory workers. So having something in print, I wouldn't say it guarantees, but it somewhat ensures that it will carry on for years to come, because people buy copies and they pull it off the shelves. Now that book is a collector's item. It has some value and it's in somebody's hands. So they can't say it never happened, because that's what they do when they ban books. It's their way of saying it never happened.
Right, try the wormhole. Yeah, there's a lot of wormholing going on with that and other things too.
Yeah, but I am going to support and buy that book. Now, let's talk about the Williams. When I talk about the Williams, it's not a couple. It's two people that called this and said this was going to happen, and it's starting to unfold. The first Williams is Wendy Williams.
Yes, the OG.
The OG. And the second Williams is Katt Williams. But I'm going to say Wendy Williams, because Wendy Williams has always been a truth sayer. People didn't like her. They thought she was messy. But you know what Wendy never got? She never got sued.
Nope. Always told the truth.
She had her fact checkers, people that was feeding her information, and when she put it on her show, people may not have spoken to her after that, but nobody sued her.
Yeah.
And she was talking about Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Brother Love, Sean Combs, whatever he calls himself, for decades. And for those of you listening, she was in Hot 97 in New York. Back in the day, I want to say it was in the 90s, actually. She leaked a photo that had Puffy in a very compromising position, and I'll leave it at that. And he called up the station and said, if you don't fire her, I'm going to pull all my artists off. And the station fired her, and she ended up in Philly for a bit. And then she circled back, and she ended up back on radio and now on her show. And let me tell you, if I had a bat light with a little purple chair to call Wendy out from wherever she's at, this is the time we really do miss her.
Yes. Oh, man. The story she could tell.
The story she could tell as she sat on her purple chair and sipped that tea. This is it. She's like the person that could really report on this. So we miss you, Wendy Williams. We really do. And then next up, your boy Katt Williams.
Yes, Wendy's son. Well, Clay's son. Same last name. But yeah, Katt, truth teller as well.
Yeah, truth teller as well. Her little brother.
He's crazy.
Because they're close in age. I'll say her little brother. But yeah, he got up on Club Shay Shay and he told all the business. What did he say? Diddy likes to party. And you got to tell him no.
You got to tell him no. Yeah. He's not used to no, but you got to tell him no and be strong with it. Otherwise, you're going to be on those tapes. He was pretty proud of, there's a video of him showing somebody knocked out in the middle of the day, face down on the couch. They're kind of toying with him. This when you party with Diddy. So he was really into that. I was like, bro, you can't really get, not really advertising it. It's just like he's telling on himself and pretty proud of it. Thinking, again, because of his ego, he'll never get caught.
It's funny, like the internet is so unforgiving. It's so unforgiving because there's so many tapes of interviews where he's talking about his parties and women. And there's one interview and Mike Tyson was sitting on the couch with him.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Mike Tyson moved his hand from his leg and kind of eased away from the couch, eased away from him, kind of scooted to the edge of the couch.
Yeah, that was funny. He was very nice about it that time. That could have been real ugly, but it was on national TV. Was it on Keenan? It was on a talk show, I think.
On a talk show. Was it Conan O'Brien?
Or Conan? I don't know. It was one of them.
It's one of those late night talk shows.
But he was real comfortable with Mike Tyson's thigh. I'm like, bro, not a good move.
What did Mike Tyson say? Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face?
Yeah.
He's lucky he didn't get punched in the face by Mike Tyson. But
getting his ear bitten off.
I can just see Wendy now, sipping on her tea with the pictures of baby oil behind her.
Yeah, there's a ton of memes. There's so many memes. Like everything that I was scrolling through just about had something to do with Diddy trying to get out of his whatever ice palace or something about getting away from Diddy, and then people are trying to climb up something real slippery and they keep sliding back. That was pretty funny.
The baby oil that's sliding them down.
Yeah, some were a little more grotesque than others in terms of the positioning when they slid back, but very interesting.
So what do you think is going to happen?
I think it's going to be very similar to Epstein. There's too many famous, powerful people involved. They're going to release a little bit, that what they think that we can handle. Mm-hmm. They won't release the names. That the big names they already know. Usher, maybe Kevin Hart, maybe Bieber, Cassie, but none of the other powerful political people. And then he's going to mysteriously just be gone. Rest in peace, Puffy.
You know what I find interesting is that there's a lot of CEOs that are stepping down right now.
I saw that as well. Yeah. He had a lot of play with the power people.
Yeah.
But suddenly stepping down at the same time seems a bit odd to me.
Yeah.
Bit odd timing there. Where are they going to go? I mean, the internet is forever. It's undefeated.
Okay, so Kevin Liles has stepped down from WMG. That's one of the ones. Who's coming at a record pace besides Kevin Liles? He was from 3000 Elektra Entertainment.
I saw some names. I just didn't recognize them. I know they were big deals, but yeah, there were a handful of CEOs that just suddenly don't feel like being a CEO anymore.
Yeah, strange enough. They're stepping down from there. So I just find that's the only one I can pull up right now, but a lot of them are stepping down. Every time you turn around, there's a news article. This one stepped down, that one stepped down. And I think there's a direct correlation to it. What do you think is going to happen with Clive Davis? Because I'm sure there's some tapes that kind of might incriminate him as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Forgot about him. Yeah, they're going to implicate him. And see, I keep forgetting that dude is still alive. But yeah, he might have to make a court visit, or maybe he'll disappear into thin air somewhere. I don't know. He's getting up there in age. How about the other record exec? There was somebody else that came up with Puffy. Was it Harrell, or did he already pass?
Andre Harrell passed away.
He passed. Okay. And Puffy, I think, might have been implicated in that, right? Or no?
That I'm not sure of.
Not sure on that one. Okay.
I'm not sure of. I wouldn't doubt it, but I'm not sure of that.
I'm seeing Jay-Z's name popping up, and I'm hearing that he's was a lot worse.
You know what? Jay-Z's been very quiet.
Yeah.
He has been very quiet. And I think DJ Khaled has been very quiet.
Yes, I saw his name get thrown around in there.
He's been very quiet for a number of reasons. What's going on, I'm not getting political here, but what's going on between Israel and Palestine. DJ Khaled is Palestinian. He hasn't said anything as it relates to what's going on. And I think that's more so because of what's going on in the world of Puff Daddy and his involvement while he's keeping silent.
Yeah, good business move.
Yeah, so he's trying to he's trying to tread water right now. He's trying to tread water. But yeah, this is a day of reckoning, and I'm sure Katt Williams is sitting back, smoking a cigar, drinking some cognac, and saying, I told y'all, in his Katt Williams voice.
Yeah, he's got to be grinning ear to ear for sure.
And I think, grinning ear to ear, I think it's not so much that he's happy this is going on, but he's been telling people these things for so long. And for the longest time, people looked at Katt Williams as if he was crazy.
Yeah, just vindication, not smiling. Not smiling because of that reason, but just the vindication of, yes, I was right the whole time.
The whole time. I wasn't crazy. It is going to be interesting to see what happens. I do feel bad, not so much for his sons, but for his young daughters.
Yeah.
They're young and they're watching this play out. They lost their mother and now they're going to lose their father. So
yeah, he does have some young kids. I forgot about those. Yeah, they don't probably not old enough to understand what's going on, but
yeah, he has twin daughters, and he has another daughter that's like a few months older than the twins, and he has a baby. There's a baby that he had recently that's probably like 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah, that's gonna be horrible growing up and reading about your pops in the history books, or I guess online.
Yeah, it's almost to the point where it's almost like you probably need to change your name because it's going to follow you.
Oh, yeah. We changed my name, location, everything. Maybe even changed my face.
Yeah.
That's one of the kids.
So, for those of you who have stepped into your local CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid pharmacies, and have not been able to find any baby oil, you now know why. That
is wow. 1,000, that's the first thing I saw, 1,000 bottles. First I thought it was fake. I'm like, that's too many baby oils.
Besides the obvious of what, this is a Patreon conversation. I can't say it on this show, but there's other reasons why they use it. I'll stop right there.
Okay.
Not for the lubrication, but for other reasons. But if you're interested in Patreon and you're listening on YouTube, please so in the comments.
Yes, most definitely.
And we'll kind of test that market out for a little while. Because we do have some interesting stories that we don't want to get flagged by YouTube.
Exactly. Yeah. We don't need those problems.
So we don't need those problems.
The internet is forever.
Internet is forever. But yeah, that's what's going on in the world of Diddy right now. Today is Sunday. We're recording this. It's going to be released on Monday. And chances are by the time I hit publish, there's going to be something else that's going to be released about Diddy. But this was just, I couldn't pass this up. The 1,000 bottles of baby oil on the wall, 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Make a whole song about this.
Oh man!
Next time you road trip, do it to that.
Yeah, it's so wild. That's it. I'm looking forward to it, but I know I'm going to cringe when I hear some of it.
Yeah.
But it's like a train wreck. You want to watch it, even though it's going to be bad.
That's it for today's episode, people. So we're going to come back. We're not going to follow this too closely because this can be a lot to deal with. But if there's something worth talking about, we will talk about it.
Yeah, we definitely had to cover this one for sure.
That's it for today's episode. I want to thank everyone for listening. Thank you for your time. And Jeff, what do they need to do?
We need to like and subscribe and comment for the algorithm. If you do listen to us on Spreaker or even YouTube, just listen to us all the way to the end so we can get those download numbers. I think it's more for a Spreaker. Also on IG, TikTok, and YouTube. Mm-hmm. And please share the show with everyone you know.
That's right. And we are on pretty much most streaming platforms, Spotify. So whatever you're listening to us, follow Jeff's instructions.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Until next time, y'all.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Hilarity Ensues. Our fantastic music soundtrack is brought to you by TL Music Productions exclusively for Hilarity Ensues. Be sure to connect with us on social media by following Hilarity Ensues Podcast.